a little chicken leg, a hand grenade. All right, we got it. Good evening and welcome to the 40th anniversary of Wild Hog in the Woods. And we have so much tonight and so much to say. I got announcements coming out of my ears. I'm not going to make them all at once because I don't want you to fall asleep before the music starts. Anyway, I will mention one thing. I really love you to know this. On the back table, there's a little basket. In front of the basket, there are some colored index cards. The basket is marked Hog Memories. There's a little pin by the index cards. If there's something you particularly remember, and would particularly like us to remember about your experiences with Wild Hog in the Woods, write them down on those index cards, put them in the basket. And it'll probably show up on the website and the newsletter and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we're going to move this right along because we've got lots, some just amazing music coming tonight. By the way, my name is Stephen Lee Rich. I'll be your MC for the evening. And we're gonna start right off with these gentlemen right here. These are all people who have, some who have played here recently, some who have not played here in a heck of a long time. And they call themselves the Old Hogs. Give them along.
Since we started this thing, we might as well start this thing.
That was Walk Along John. It's a nice little ditty that I learned from Greg and Jared, who are wonderful musicians up in Seattle. Jamie and I live in Seattle. Corey lives in North Carolina. We go way back, not only way back beginning of the Hog, but also we grew up together. And really special to live as kids.
So you probably heard some of the stories, but it was with some of the people around here sitting around living rooms and a bunch of young people talking off the tops of our heads. Hey, let's put on a show. And sure enough, we did. We sat in living rooms and said, "Gosh, it'd be great. We would play music together, and it'd be great if we had a place that we could do this on a more regular basis, where maybe some other folks could hear us." And somehow it happened. And I think how naive we were. It's pretty amazing. Jamie's we're gonna change keys for the illusion of variety.
It's going to be Giles County Blues, also known as Just Over the Mountain. Henry Reed, too.
We got in last night and had a big party in the little Airbnb that we were at. I think we each drank 1 beer. So it's a lot different by the old days. But we did play a couple tunes, and so we were playing together. And Jamie and I both play banjo usually, so we didn't want to do 2 banjos the whole time, and so that's why I'm playing this little thing because it fits on the airplane. And then we were playing one, and the banjo and the fiddle sounded so good together that we're just going to not spoil it with more uke. left to join the service.
He left to join the Green Grass Cloggers. So he comes by that very honestly, or as honest as something like that is as a living.
So we are going to play two banjos.
It's really fun because this is kind of an odd nylon strung banjo, and then Gordy's playing a fretless banjo. I'm having an equipment malfunction on any of us. Tape's slipping.
So Jamie's going to do a little work. So there's lots of stories about the old days, but I just want to say before we get down, it is incredible the amount of work that's gone on in the 37 or 8 years since I left, and it's really cool that all these people are still here, and there's people from those really, really early days, but also folks that have same sound system. Folks that have put in the time and effort and energy and sweat and tears and all that kind of stuff to keep this thing going for 40 years, and it's an honor to be back. It's got a G in it, I know that.
And Julie and Janice.
That's right.
It's sitting in the back. day party at their family's house, I was looking around for him and I heard something upstairs, and Gordy was playing banjo fiddle tunes with his brother-in-law Howard Strong. It just grabbed me by the throat, and we've been playing ever since. Thank you so much.
This is how it begins, friends. And we got lots more coming. The next three acts are kind of a piece because each is going to be sitting in with the other. So I'm going to let, as they go, I'm going to let just each of them introduce the next one who's up on their own. It'll just make for a smoother transition here. Meanwhile, I asked my brother, how's that diet going? He said, not so good. I said, what went wrong? He said, well, this morning for breakfast I had eggs. I said, scrambled? He said, no chocolate. Not the brightest fella in the world. You know, I mean, I remember the time he broke his arm. And this went, okay, I don't get it. How do you break your arm? Raking leaves. He said, I fell out of the tree. And we're almost here, we're almost together on this. We've got lots going on. Young lady here setting up is going to be half of the act that's playing next Friday on December 7th, half of Leafy Greens, her and Ben Dora. Week after that, we got a fine singer-songwriter fellow named Lynn Smith. He just does some really inventive, creative stuff. We'd love to see you here. We've got all kinds of good stuff coming in January. I'll tell you about that later. Each of these artists has CDs for sale on the back table. Help them out. Take some of their music home with you. And are we ready here? Just about. This is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting because, as I say, each of these acts, three acts, are just going to blend into each other. And I'll let them take care of most of the introductions. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Skip Jones and Lisa Johnson.
Well, good evening. I don't know how many years it's been. I don't remember much after 1955. It's all been a blur, a good blur. And part of it for me was this club and this coffee house. I actually started performing in public here many years ago. And one story I'd like to share with you quickly. In 1983, my oldest son was involved in an accident, and he passed away. And I had just played here, and a couple weeks later, I went out to the mailbox, and there was a big manila envelope, and I opened it up, and it was full of money that had come from a benefit that people here at the Wild Hog had done for a folk singer and his family. And I will be forever grateful for that welcome to this community. And I'm thinking about, I don't know, a little echoey there. And I had a whole idea what I was going to do, and I come in, I saw everybody, looked at the booklets, and decided that wasn't what I wanted to do, so I'm going to do some different things for you tonight. I'm 2 weeks out of carpal tunnel surgery. Doctor did a great job.
We thought he'd be playing air guitar tonight, but he's not going to be playing air guitar, so I might not be needed.
Go ahead.
Oh, I did.
Oh. And so I think about a lot of the people that were here over the years, and some of the songs that were played here by others, and this is one that I want to do. It's written by a great Madison writer, Stuart Stotts. And it's got a chorus, and this is the folk club, right? And this is a folk song, and you are the folks in this spot. Here's your part. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around, and there was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with a sound. Ready? There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with a sound. We had wind chimes at our windows. There were bells inside the clock. There was an organ in the corner and tunes on the music box. we sang when we were cooking, working out in the yard. Oh, we sang although times were pretty hard. And there was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. And there was music in my mother's house. And my heart still feels full with a sound. Why, she taught us all piano, and my sister has the ear. She can play the melody why to any song she hears. Why, now I don't claim much talent, though I love to play, and I guess I will till my dying day. And there was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. And there was music in my mother's house. And my heart still feels full with the sound. And now the days come back so clearly, although they're far away. She gave to me the kind of gift I love to give away. Why, we sang when we were cooking, working out in the yard, and we sang although times were pretty hard. And there was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. And there was music in my mother's house. And my heart still feels full with the sound. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house. And my heart still feels full with the sound. Yes, my heart still feels full with the sound.
That's so
I
much.
have 23 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good for you.
it's a trip. And as I get older, one of the things that I keep thinking about is what do we leave our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren that has meaning? Money really doesn't fill that bill, properties don't. But love and compassion and understanding of other people and reaching out to our neighbors and our friends in a good kind of a way, as they say on the reservation, is really important. And I think about it, up where I live, we have what's called the 7th generation thinking. Our job is to make sure that any decision that we make that involves our water, our land, our air, the common treasury, that we think about what it's going to do and where it's going to be in the 7th generation. And that's something that is becoming real critical for us. So I think of this song and I think of what our responsibility is, because no matter who wins the elections or what company's pissing us off, the fact is it all comes down to how we live together and what we do with each other. And that's more important than what they're up to. We are passing this world on to our kids. From the moment they crawl from their cribs, and we try to teach them well, show them they are loved, but in the end all we can do is hope our best was good enough. So they'll witness how this world can be so beautiful and cruel. We can't shelter them forever, but if we show them all the tools, they might leave this world in a little better shape than me and you. For we are only passing through, that's the chorus. Passing through, passing watching this world from our living room. Nearly 50 years since we walked on the moon. Why this big blue ball keeps shrinking, I don't know if that's good, but for better or for worse, the whole world's our neighborhood. No place left to run to, we can stay above the fray. We need to learn to get along and not just get our way, not only for each other, for our children's children too. And we are only passing through, passing through, passing through. Why, we are only passing through, passing through, passing through, and we are only passing through. Sometimes I wonder just what I'll pass on. What can one voice do with just a song? Time's injustice and indifference are the only things I see, but I refuse to let my hope become their latest casualty. So I'll sing of love and truth, try to practice what I preach. And if I can't change the world within my reach. And what better place to start than here and now with me and you. And we are only passing through, passing through, passing through, passing through. Why, we are only passing through, passing through, passing through, and we are only passing through. Yes, now we are only passing through. One of my fondest memories of the whole era, I mean, Simply years, 40 years of Simply Folk, 40 years of the Shawnee Festival, 40 years for Ward, 40 years. It's a big 40 year, isn't it? It actually is. Bigger than the one I was worried about for my birthday at 40. Of course, that's long gone, so I don't worry about that too much anymore. One of my favorite all-time people in this work that we do was a fellow by the name of Larry Penn. For those that don't know Larry, he was a teamster and a truck driver and a songwriter, and most all of his songs sounded like an international tractor going down the road from Milwaukee down to Chicago with a bump and a bump and a bump and a bump and a bump. He had that beat to it, you know. He also had the teamster's attitude. I remember one day he said to me, he said, "Hey, how many teamsters does it take to change a light bulb?" And I said, "I don't know. How many?" He said, 12. What's it to you? And so guys that would talk like that and then write a song like this, you got to wonder about, you know. I think about this song this time of year because it's cold out there and you got to stay warm. And Larry wrote this song called My Grandma's Patchwork Quilt. And I think about him and I think about his warmth, the quilts. Your chorus goes like this. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too on my grandma's patchwork quilt. I sang this down in Cincinnati, probably 30 years ago, and when I got done, a woman came up to me and told me her name was Elizabeth, and she'd made over 80 quilts in her life. She was 94. I said, "Wow, that's amazing." And she said, "I love that song, young man, but did you know it's wrong?" I said, "How's that?" She said, well, good quilt maker never would put corduroy and silk together because they shrink different. I said to her, "Oh, I get it now. I'll tell my friend Larry in Milwaukee who wrote the song." She said, "A man wrote the song?" I said, "Yes, she said, well, that just goes to show you men talk about stuff of which they have absolutely no knowledge. I said, we could rewrite the song, and she said, don't worry about it, you know, men are easily confused, and it does rhyme, so. So on my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too on my grandma's patchwork quilt. Here we go. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too on my grandma's patchwork quilt. I got a patchwork quilt so fine, it was an art of her design. A piece of sister's dress next to Grandpa's vest on that pretty patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, and yellow too on my grandma's patchwork quilt. I got a pillow for my head, it wants to be my friend, but nothing keeps me warm in a big snowstorm like my grandma's patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, yellow too on my grandma's patchwork quilt. Why now grandma's gone to rest, why that quilt is all that's left. And her love, I swear, is sewn in every square of that pretty patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, and yellow too on the grandma's patchwork quilt. All around the world people wait for a day when there's no hate. And we treat each one like my grandma done with that pretty patchwork quilt. On my grandma's patchwork quilt, squares of corduroy and silk, red and green and blue, and yellow too on the grandma's patchwork quilt. And her love now, I swear, it's sewn in every square of my grandma's patchwork quilt. I'm going to do one more here, and then I'm going to sit in with one with Lisa. My mind just keeps turning when I'm on stage, and sometimes I just completely go in different directions. And I guess thinking about that and feeling the warmth in this room and the understanding of a Madison audience and the attitudes in Madison just made me think of 32 years ago. I played here, and I was in town, and I went up to a place called the, I can't even remember the name of it. It was after 1955. But it was the Border Support Group. It was a multi, different religions and stuff that came together that helped young people coming up from Mexico find temporary homes here. And I ended up being involved with bringing a young man named Carlos Alberto Moreno Gonzalez up here. He's still in this country. Every month he pays between $500 and $700 to his lawyer and to the INS to keep his green card. He's been doing that for 32 years. He's a beautiful man, and his wonderful family, and I just think about that now as I watch what's happening on our borders. And I guess why it pushes my buttons so much is I grew up in New York, and I remember that lady in the statue out there in the harbor. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to live, breathe free. And then I think about those things. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, Somos el barco. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Somos el mar, yo navego en ti. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. Tú navegas en mí, we are the boat. We are the boat. We are the sea. I sail in you. You sail in me. While the stream sings into the river, and the river sings into the sea. The sea sings into the boat that carries you and me. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. Well, our journey has been long and hard, and yet we're sailing still. Long to help us pull together if we only will. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. And the boat we are sailing on, it was built by many hands. Sea we are sailing on, it touches every land. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. Now with our hopes we'll raise the sails and face the winds once more. With our hearts we'll chart the waters that we've never sailed before. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. I sail in you, you sail in me. Blessings on the 40s, 40 Simply Folk on Wisconsin Public Radio, Warp Radio, Shadow Festival, and Hog. Happy birthday. And let's keep it going because it's going to be important for our children in the times to come. We have places like this. And if you move away, start a place like this somewhere where you're going. Community and the press. Thank you so much. And please welcome my newly acquired singing partner that we're working on. I did, all the years I played here, I didn't know when Lisa sang. And then I got her album, and I'm in love. I listen to it all the time. If you don't have one, they got them back there. Do check one out. Lisa Johnson.
Oh, that's very nice. So I'm going to carry on that theme for just a minute and put in a little plug for volunteering here at the Hog. Remember that volunteers are our lifeblood here, and it's really pretty nice duty. You get to come down, listen to some musicians, eat some cookies, drink some tea or coffee, and if you do it 5 times a year, your membership is free. So please do talk to Michelle's back there at the back. You can talk to Jamie, you can talk to me. we'd be more than delighted to have you. It's so cool to see all these faces, some of which I recognize from the Hog's beginning, and others who I hope are new Hog devotees. So happy birthday, Philip, and thanks everybody for coming. This song here is called Unseen Cost of War, and it's very appropriate that Skip is going to play it with me because Skip is a veteran. And this song came from a conversation that I had with a counselor at the Madison Vet Center. And she deals with a lot of the PTSD cases that the VA doesn't take. And I started thinking about, man, what that must be like, hearing all those painful stories every day, every week, week in, week out. And I asked her what it was like, and so the song came out of that. I do have a cold, by the way, so I'm not sure that my voice is going to handle all of this. So if it fades out, my apologies. For them, the war's not over. They're fighting in it still. Every day, every night, perhaps they always will. It follows them in dreams, the grit of sand, the sound of guns, mist hanging in the jungle air, the smell of river mud. So I listen and I try to help. I wish I could do more. This is the unseen cost of war. And when I leave, I place my hand upon the office door each night. I try to let the stories of their pain flow back inside. And I try to leave it here, not bring it to my family. Some nights their voices follow me. For them, the war's not over since the time the wars began. And whether they're in Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, Korea, or out fighting on the beach at Normandy, the burden they all carry is the one the world can't see. So I listen and I try to help. I wish I could do more. This is the unseen cost of war. And when I leave, I place my hand upon the office door each night. I try to let the stories of their pain flow back inside. And I try to leave it here, not bring it to my family. Some nights their voices follow me. For them, the war's not over, though they're strong and they've survived. The loss of comrades leaves them feeling guilt that they're alive. And we lose some every day to things they've had to do or seen. They deserve much better than the treatment they received. So I listen and I try to help. I wish I could do more. This is the unseen cost of war. This is the unseen cost of war. so do check those out. So in my day job, I'm a horticulturist, and I run the Master Gardener program here in Dane County. So this next song is dedicated to all those wonderful Master Gardener volunteers who do so much for our community out there. And it's called The Season. On these cold, dark winter days, spring seems very far away. Winter spells still lying heavy on the land. But there are packets full of seeds on the counter, waiting patiently, planting time to come around again. And then the rain comes down and sinks into the waiting ground. Snow is gone, the season starts again. There's a sweetness in the air, the lilacs' fragrance everywhere. And I wish the springtime days would never end. Days are growing long, the robins sing their morning song. Corn is growing tall and green out in the fields. Coneflowers bloom so bright, the fireflies glow out in the yard at night. Harvest all the garden has to yield. And then the sun shines down, spreads its warmth across the ground. Tomatoes on the vine are turning red. The air is soft and clean, the trees are every shade of green. And I wish the summer days would never end. Daylight's fading fast, dawn brings dew on the grass. Pumpkins start to ripen out on the vine. The season nears its end, the robins wonder where the summer went. And soon it will be time for them to fly. And then the leaves come down like golden rain upon the ground. Geese are flying high up overhead. There's a crispness in the air, smell of wood fires everywhere. And I wish the autumn days would never end. The sun is hanging low, gray clouds will soon bring snow. Frost is etched upon the window in the morn. Owls call in the night, the trees stand like black lace against the sky, and icicles will soon hang o'er the door. And then the snow comes down, settles softly on the ground. It's time to rest, the season's at an end. Air is cold and clear as we start another year. Now I'm waiting for the spring to come again. And then the snow comes down and settles softly on the ground. It's time to rest, the season's at an end. The air is cold and clear as we start another year. Now I'm waiting for the spring to come again. Now I'm waiting for the spring to come again. Thank you. I'm going to be brave and try one I haven't played in public before. Woo! But I have to play it next week, so might as well try it out. This is an awesome song by Fred Small called If I Were a Moose. Is Rex Loker here by chance? I first heard Rex sing this song, and my mom really likes moose, so I knew I had to learn this song. And I think it's based on maybe people like my age might remember. There was, I think it was in the 90s. There was, I think she was a Jersey cow, maybe, and her moose friend, Jessica the cow, and I don't know that the moose ever got his own name, poor guy. But I think it's based on that, but the song is really about appreciating difference. Okay, here we go. If I were a moose and you were a cow, would you love me anyhow? Would you introduce me to your folks? Would you tell your friends no moose jokes? If I were a moose and you were a cow, would you invite me to your club and risk a cruel bovine snub? Would you lead me down the receiving line and boldly boast this moose is mine? Or would your parents watch us graze, shake their heads, it's just a phase? Or would they thank their stars above, their precious heifers found your love? Would your grandparents change their will? They'd really expected a Holstein bull. For this we toiled before the plow. You bring home someone who's not even a cow. There's plenty of proper stock around, like that nice young Guernsey at Farmer Brown's, or your last one we ridiculed and cursed. On second thought, you could do worse. But if you think this thing will last, could he learn to move and eat our grass? Shed his antlers in dirt. Could you persuade him to convert? If our anatomies did not quite fit, would you make the best of it? Or would you nuzzle up so near and hum sweet cow tunes in my ear? Or would you sadly break it off while all the hillsides sneered and scoffed? You know these moose are all the same. They're lazy, they're stupid, they come from Maine. It's true things slip a moose's mind. The cows remember all the time. Bulbous nose and knobby knees, a coat that harbors ticks and fleas. But a moose can be a handy thing when hungry wolves come visiting. An icy gust of winter storm, our fur is deep and dry and warm. Someday should your milk run dry and farmers stare with baleful eye, in dead of night I'd slip your noose and lead you home to the land of moose. If I were a moose, you were a cow. If hunters came to do me harm, would you hide me in the barn? Would all the herd come on the run and glare until they drop their guns? Might you permit a goodnight kiss? Could you learn to love wet moose lips? If I was a moose, you were a cow. If you were a cow, and I were a with Roxanne Mead. Roxanne is got the most gorgeous voice, and I'm so pleased that she even wants to sing with me. She's very, very good. She does some originals. She's got a CD back there. She plays keyboard. She plays guitar. She plays the spoons. What else do you play? Banjo, right? Yes? Dance? Okay, she does it all. I guess if all you're doing is singing, then you can sit next to me.
We're going to make one quick little announcement. After Roxanne's done, we're going to take a little break and cut the cake. After which we will have an open mic. If you're inclined to play the open mic, see me, a little later or during the break or whatever. We'll sign you up. We ask that you limit to one song because we still got lots of fine arranged acts here. Here we go. Thank you. Go ahead. There I am.
Okay, thanks, Stephen. So this is a song that's on my CD, and Roxanne was kind enough to join me. It was so much fun. I just really enjoyed that. So it's called Snow on the Prairie, and it's about, I thought of how the sound of snow when it's hitting grasses out in the prairie, and that was kind of where the thing came from. Out on the prairie, the first snow is falling, whispering down through the tall grass below. And if you listen, you'll hear it singing a lullaby all this time, soft as the snow. Under the blanket of snow they lie sleeping, the roots of the prairie plants reaching so deep, dreaming, hoping, waiting for spring, time of renewal and growing. Out on the prairie, the snowdrifts are shining. They sparkle and shimmer beneath the bright sun. Faded brown seed heads still wave high above them, sigh in the wind, for their season's done. But under the blanket of snow they lie sleeping, the roots of the prairie plants reaching so deep, dreaming, hoping, waiting for spring, time of renewal and growing. Out on the prairie, the snow begins melting. The smell of the weather drifts up from below. And if you listen, a new song is rising of sweet resurrection, a song of new hope. And slowly the blanket of snow is retreating and watering the roots that are waking from sleep, stirring, stretching, reaching for spring, time of renewal and growing, time of renewal and growing.
Jamie. Wait, who's doing sound right now?
Both of us.
Is it okay if I go over here now? Lisa's beautiful song. That's an honor. And you can hear her all next Friday night, right, with Ben Doran, Leafy Greens. Whole couple of sets. That would be awesome. Well, oh my gosh, 40 years, huh? Just like that. Phew. And yet it's kind of a lifetime ago, 1978. I remember just moving to Madison from Chicago. I grew up in inner city Chicago. Just moving up to this area and finding out that the Wild Hog was opening and was so excited that there was going to be this wonderful venue, a listening room. So I just remember playing at the old Green Lantern. I can't remember, where was the second?
University Live.
Yeah.
WHITW.
That's right. Okay. Why? That one I couldn't remember. And how long have you been at this location? Forever, right?
25 years.
It's a long time. And I can remember lots of fun Woody Guthrie nights here over the years. So I thought I'd do a Woody Guthrie song. Hopefully you'll join me. It's got a great chorus. And I'd like to put it out with a nod to our friends in California going through all the awful things they're going through with the non-global warming issues. Lots of folks back east, they say, are leaving home every day. Beat the old hot dusty way to the California line. Across the desert sands they roll, getting out of that old dust bowl. Think they found a sugar bowl. This is what they find. The police at the port of entry say, you're number 14,000 for today. If you ain't got the dough ready, boys, you ain't got the dough ready. You better go back. You better go back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden, a paradise to live in or see. Believe it or not, you won't find it so hot if you ain't got the dough ready. If you want to buy a horse or a farm that can do nobody harm, take your vacation by the mountain or the sea. Don't swap your old cow for a car, you won't get very far. Take this little bit of free advice from me. As I look at the one that's every day, this is what the headlines say. You ain't got the dough ready. has always been such a great singing room and singing coffee house, and I knew there'd be a ton of wonderful musicians here. See, I've sung this song with a lot of different people in the past and met a lot of nice friends and musicians over the years. Tonight, Luann is here, and she's a good buddy from Whitewater Way who introduced me to my now husband Terry of 12 years. And she was her little matchmaker. She said, "Don't you want to meet this really nice guy from the Lake Geneva area?" And I said, no. And she brought him up here to hear me sing 12 years ago, right here at the Wild Hog. And the rest is history there. And then one time I was up here blabbing away, as I want to do, and I think I mentioned, gee, I'm looking for a house in the Madison area, and Johanna Fabke said, "Oh, I know of a great place in Stoughton." And I'm like, "What?" With a 4-season porch and a big yard, and I was hoping to do a garden, like Lisa. So I've been there for 12 years too, so lots of great things have happened at this old Wild Hog, haven't they? Lots of changes. And you never know, right? You can go one way or the other a lot of times at the Great Divide. It's a song by the late Kate. I've been walking in my sleep, counting troubles instead of sheep. Where the years went, I can't say. Oh, but I just turned around, they've gone away. I've been sifting through the layers, dusty books and faded papers. They tell a story I used to know, but it happened so long ago. It's gone away yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the rivers change direction across the Great Divide. Sounds beautiful. Thought I heard the owl calling softly as the night was falling, with a question, and I replied, "Oh, he's gone across the borderline. He's gone away yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the rivers change direction across the Great Divide." This last verse, it works real well for a call and response, so if you don't know all the words, just do a callback. The finest hour I have seen is the one that comes between edge of midnight and the break of day. It's when the darkness rolls away. It's gone away yesterday. hanging around the Woolters, they weren't used to folk music and folk singers and things like that. But I said, "Hey, come on down. I'm playing at the Wild Hog in Madison." And they're all into Harleys, And they're like, "Oh, you're playing at a biker bar?" Do I look like someone or sound like someone that would play at a biker? No. It's a nuts and greens place instead. So here's a favorite song that I think I've been doing since the beginning, since 1978. I know it's been a lot of years. Wouldn't you guys think, all you musicians, that you could remember the words after doing them for 40 freaking years? Still have to have cheat sheets. Anyway, it was written by the late Sandy Denny, who used to be a wonderful singer with Fairport Convention. And I thought this would be an appropriate song, so please join me. You probably know it. Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving. But how can they know it's time for them to go? Before the winter fire, I will still be dreaming. I do not count the time. Who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the It's a sad, deserted shore. Your fickle friends are leaving. And it's then it's time for them to go. I will still be here. be so till it's time to go. Come, you storms of winter, and bring the birds in spring again. I have no fear of time. Who knows how my love grows? Who knows where the time Who knows? 40 years gone. Is Lisa still in the house? Could she come in? We were gonna do one together. Oh, Miss Lisa.
No wonder I couldn't find you.
Continuing the snow theme from Lisa's song. This is one that I wrote during a snowstorm when I was stuck down in Stoughton. I'd like to dedicate this to my wonderful neighbors and friends from Stoughton who came up. And Lisa has found a beautiful harmony for it, and I only wish I had known she was doing that when I recorded it, but anyway, yeah, she's got it now. It's beautiful. So thank you so much for all these years. Thank you all the beautiful volunteers like Lisa who have kept the home fires burning all these years. It's been great. Snowbound in this sweet little town, it's drifted to my door. Gotta shovel it some more. Sunlight on the white snow shines so bright on this February morning that I'm snowbound. Slow down, 'cause I cannot leave this town. Might as well just sit back and enjoy the winter sounds. Redbird and my feet are shine so bright. His feathers are on fire.
in just a moment. Debbie, where are you? Are you okay? Right here. We're going to take a little break, but we have Debbie wants to say a few words here. That I think they're kind of important that you give.
I'm going to be yet another person who says what a wonderful night it is, and to me it's just amazing to see people from all different eras, and how you cannot see somebody for 35 years and all you want to do is just keep hugging them. And so it's a wonderful community, I think, that we've all built. But I just wanted to take a minute to recognize that as the years go by, we also lose people in the community that we won't see again. And this summer we took some time to remember Agnes Bennett and many other people. But I just wanted to bring up one person in particular because he just died last week. And it was a very giant surprise to everyone. His name's Bill Miller. And he's a good example of someone who quietly gave a lot to the coffee house. And he's a bass player. And he was part of the rhubarb string band with Peter years and years ago. And Bill was always there if you needed a bass player for the Wild Hog in the Woods dances right from the beginning. And he'd bring his son Eli, and and then he's also part of Rattletrap String Band, which I'm part of. And I remember it was his idea that we wear pajamas at the all-night dance at 2 in the morning. So Bill was a little crazy, but what to me is almost so touching is the last time that Rattletrap all played together was at the 40th anniversary of the Wild Hog this summer at that barn dance. So he's just a good example, like many of you are, who've done things for the coffee house in many different ways. And if it wasn't for everyone making their contribution, we wouldn't be all here celebrating tonight. So just keep in mind everyone and be kind to her. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Debbie. Like I said, we're going to cut the cake, then we're going to have an open mic, and then we will resume with the entertainment. Keep in mind, again, that a lot of these entertainers have CDs at the back table. Take some of their music home with you. And now, let's get to that cake.
By the door.
Pretty good. Good to see you. Hi, stranger. How are you?
Jamie.
Yeah.
We're really got a crowd out here, didn't we?
We got a great crowd.
Yeah.
Were you around for some of the very first years?
I don't remember. I was here in town in '78, and I may have come to some of those early concerts. The first time Fallow and I and John Lamacusa played was in '82. So.
Well, I saw John.
John Lamacusa? Yeah. He's just moved back from Pennsylvania, and
I didn't really know him, but I know he introduced him. He was talking to somebody else.
Okay. Yeah, I told him he needed to come tonight.
He did. He listened.
All right. Well, I'll find him. This is definitely an older crowd.
Yeah.
I wish I was seeing more younger people here. Oh well.
There are a few, but yeah, it's mostly us reminiscers.
Well, I gotta see who else I can find here.
Because these are line inputs for something else. Since we never use them, I never paid attention to them.
Oh, you want to go over there? Too hard. Huh?
So how was Patagonia?
It was
good.
Have you ever been?
No. My wife.
different
Well, we're up to the open mic. Where is it? Our first participant we have. We're gonna get this going. Please welcome Mr. Mac Robertson.
Thank you. I understand people are settling back. Wonderful chance to reconnect with friends and family. I happen to have at my table a little newsletter from 1987. We are 31 years ago. And there indeed was an opening half a night taken by Mr. David Egan, who's here on stage with me. Would you join me for a little chorus? One of the another fun nights we've had. Dagan, of course, enjoys folk music, has made a real effort to pass it on to younger generations. One of the events we did a couple nights here at the Hog was take aside the tables, just put out circles of chairs and do a family singing night. 10 years. Trying to pass the light on. I would also think I, having helped establish Madison Folk Music Society, could send a Hallelujah Wild Hog. I think we had a marvelous cooperative relationship through the years, looking through the newsletter, collaborating on folk singing festivals. Well, for my little one number, because there are many wonderful people who want to share tonight, I thought of a Scottish ballad with a little sing-along chorus. It goes, I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. Try it. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. With a little rhythm. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. Though the night be
be his darkest dungeon, not a star to be seen above. I will be guided without a stumble into the arms of me own true love. For I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. He stepped up to her bedroom window, kneeling gently upon a stone. He rapped it on her bedroom window, darling dear, do you lie alone? For I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. She raised her head on her snow-white pillow, with her arms about her breast. Oh, what is that at my bedroom window, disturbing me at my long night's rest? For I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. It's only me, your own true lover. Open the door and let me in, for I have come on a long journey, and I'm near drenched to the skin. I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. She opened the door with courageous pleasure, opened the door and she let him in. They both shook hands and embraced each other, till the morning they lay as one. For I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. The cocks were crowing, the birds were whistling, the burns that ran free upon the bread. Remember, lass, I'm a plumber laddie, and the father I must obey. For I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. Now, my love, I must gang and leave thee, though the hills, they are high above. Oh, I will climb them with greater pleasure, since I've been in the arms of my love. Last time, I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover of high degree. When I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company.
I'm a little curious. Anybody here come from well out west?
Colorado.
Colorado? Where's Colorado?
Heights.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Near
Cool.
25.
How about east? Anybody from well east? New England, Pennsylvania? Huh? New York. Okay. Huh? Yeah, tonight. Okay. We're just wondering because we heard about a whole bunch of people that had come in from way the heck far away. And we're just wondering what they were here. Okay, they must have been here for the first show and gone home. Yeah. That's how that works. Are you ready?
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. Our next performer on the open mic. And I think he knows somebody. Please welcome Jimbo.
It's got a tape on it, but so does my body. I think we'll make it work. Can you hear me out here in Radio Land? I'm Jimbo. I started going to the Waterloo in the Woods about 40 years ago. Back when you were all kids. Does that work? here by the name of Larry Children. Hey. I knew him about 40 years ago. I says, Larry, what should I be playing up here? He says, well, I always liked that Big Road Blues. This was a Tommy Johnson recording from 1928. I used to play it just like Tommy did. It was like this. Well, I ain't going down that big road by my doggone self. Well, I ain't going, mama, down that big road by myself. If I can't take you, honey, gonna find me somebody else. Here's how she walks. It ain't gonna marry, ain't gonna settle, well, I say down, well, I ain't gonna marry, ain't gonna settle down. You wanna be just like a jackrabbit, pursued by that hound. If I can't take you, honey, gonna find me somebody else.
Our next performer. Thank you. Has probably been a regular at every open mic I've ever run. And I've run a bunch of them in town over the years. Please welcome Kathleen Camilla King.
That'd be nice.
No, she doesn't. She can't dance.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's a mic.
Oh, you want the steps over here?
I know, but I can't get up there.
Oh. Well, you got the steps over here.
Yeah, I know. There's dangerous. Never mind, I can.
I will play you in my stand.
All right.
Let's do it this way.
That might, no thanks.
You project well, trust me. They'll hear it next door.
Okay, sorry. Okay, this is an old song by the Troggs, and I changed it up just a little bit. You make my heart sing. You make everything awesome. Wild thing. Wild thing, I think I love you. But I wanna know, sure. Come on and play that music. I'm a hog for you, baby. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything wicked cool. Wild thing. Wild thing, I think you move me. But I wanna know, sure. Come on, play those musical instruments. You move me to dancing. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make me go and start raving, hog wild. Wild thing. Come on, wild thing. Play, wild thing. Wild thing. I'm a hog for you, baby. I can't get enough of your love.
One of a kind. And our final performer for the closing mic, are you ready there? Yes, please welcome Mr. Larry Rundgren.
In my living room. I want to thank Deb Kometz for the loan of the guitars. I flew out yesterday, and given what airlines tend to do with guitars, I decided to travel without one. You know, you can't, too big to fit in the overhead compartment on the way out, though usually not on the way back. But since I have only one song, I'm going to do a Wisconsin song. It's called Memories of Old Richland County. Now I can remember that ice-cutting time, skating on the pond by the railroad line, dancing with the furniture all pushed aside, in the house of Jan Larson and his new bride. Those times they come back prominently here in my memory, old Richland County. Making patterns in the frost on my way to school. Stubble fields glistened in the morning like jewels. Last apples hanging high in the tree. In the season of the press and the grinding wheel. And I think of it all so joyously here in my memory of old Richland County. Now I can remember the wagon wheels, the smell of the mud in the springtime fields, where daffodils blooming in the churchyard still, and violets all purple on a sunlit hill. I think of it all so happily, here in my memory of old Richland County. I can remember the ice-cutting time, skating on the pond by the railroad line, dancing with the furniture all pushed aside, in the house of Jan Larson and his new bride. And I remember it all so happily, here in my memory of old Richland County, here in my memory, old Richland County. I forgot to say that song takes place a little bit north of here. It takes place about 100 years ago as well.
We're going to move this right along. Next week, December 7th, Leafy Greens, Lisa Johnson and Ben Dora. After that, Lynn Patrick Smith, we will be closed for the holidays, December 21st to 28th. But we'll pick it back up in January 4th. Singer-songwriter Allie Jackson. Tom Wasselchuk, who is just a master of variety of country music forms. That's coming in January, and that's January 11th. We've got a lot of stuff coming. Are you ready? All right. And so we're just going to move the second show right into it, go into it, and please welcome Mr. Gordy Henners.
You know, if you need something to put your liquid in, they have these great cups back there. They're cheap. It's a little white powder on these cups. 40 years ago, Madison in 1980, so not very long after the coffee house started, but was part of that group of people that helped start it. And it's kind of phenomenal the number of people that are here tonight that were there then or played in that first 6 months or a year. In fact, I think everybody in the open mic section played within the first year of the coffee house opening, which is really cool. On a variety of different levels. But I was just wondering, because we spent hours and hours like thinking about how should we organize this thing, and we were like clueless. I mean, if you had any idea how clueless. But how many of you all have served as volunteers or on the coordinating committee or anything like that with the coffee house? Yeah, a lot of people. And if you didn't raise your hand, you should, because it's really fun. And a lot of the thought behind it was the people that played the music and the people that served the coffee and the people that took money at the door and the people that set stuff up and the people that ran the sound and the people that broke stuff down and the people that swept the floor. We were all in it together, and we all did all of those things. And I hope that keeps going on, because that was a really cool thing. And I think it's one of the reasons that we're here tonight. I'm going to try and sing something, but I've had a little cold, so we'll see if it works. Well, it's time to let your hair hang down. Let your hair hang down and your bangs will curl around. Time to let your hair hang down. Wants a $9 shop. Well, it's Tampa wants a $9 shop. I'll come over the hill with a $10 bill, and it's baby where you've been so long. Baby where you've been so long. Well, it's baby where you've been so long. I've been out in the rough and rowdy man, and know that I'm going back Don't you marry a Republican. Well, it's don't you marry a Republican. For a Republican, oh, he'll kill you when he can. Drink up your bloodline. Let your hair hang down. Well, it's time to let your hair hang down. Let your hair hang down and your bangs will curl around. Time to let your hair hang down. So I'm just going to play this one a little bit shorter than normal, but there's one, I had the really good fortune of playing with a really spectacular fiddler by the name of Ralph Blizzard from East Tennessee, and played with him for 22 years, and he played in the 1920s and mostly in the 1930s, and would get up before high school and go to the radio station and play the farm show, and then they'd put their instruments down and go to school, and had a band named the Southern Ramblers, and he put his fiddle down in the 50s for 25 years to raise a family and work, and when he picked it back up when he retired, we met him and ended up playing in a band together, and he was really inventive and artistic in the way he played, and so we used to joke he only never used to play a tune the same way once. So always a different version going through, and it was really fun to kind of chase and follow him around on the banjo and the fiddle. So this is one that he used to play called the Florida Blues, but I first learned this tune, I think Bill and Colleen just left, but from Bill Foley, who lives in Mount Horeb now, but from Bill Foley, and with the coffee house when we were at the Green Lantern, on Friday afternoons we'd have a little jam session. And we'd bring the coffee machine out, and there was coffee, and people could come in and play music. And that was probably right about the time the University of Wisconsin decided that I shouldn't come back. Here's the Florida Blues. Batya and Jamie. Deb, you want to come up and sing? Deb? Come up and sing. Karen, you want to come up and sing? So, another one of the very first people to sing at the coffee house was Batya Salzman right here. And so she's here, and
It's Jeff. Oh, okay.
So we said, don't you want to sing a song? And she said, sure. So we're going to have Batya sing. Yes. And this is definitely a sing-along.
Yes.
Undertaker, won't you please drive slow? for that body you are carrying. Well, I hate to see my mama go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I will follow close behind her. I will hold up and be brave. But I could not hide my sorrow as they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Deb Knatz,
Deb Knatz, Jamie Matza. Thanks.
There are a lot of things I haven't done for 40 years, and that was one of them.
Oh, that was wonderful. Gordy, well done. Another hand for Gordy. Our next performers are people I don't get to see anywhere near often and stuff, and I always love watching them, always love what they do. You know, harkening back to the days of the singing cowboys. There were a lot of them. You know. But I was telling them while all the kids my age wanted to be Gene Roy, I always wanted to be Pat Butler. Or at least Smiley Burnett, you know. There's a fella, he's sitting in a restaurant. He's minding his own business. He's not bothering anybody. He's just sitting there eating his meal quietly. Waiter passes his table, but the waiter has a big tray with a huge bowl of soup on it. Waiter trips over his big feet. The soup goes flying, lands right in that man's lap. Man picks up the bowl, puts it on the table, looks up and says, "Waiter, there's a soup in my fly." Anyway, we're gonna move this along. I love watching these people, and I know you will. Please welcome KG and the Ranger.
Well, I have to start off by saying that it's partly because of Mr. Gordy Hinners that I play this instrument here. And in those early days of the Hog, a whole bunch of us hoggers, I think there had to be 8 people in one car, went to a little festival in Remus, Michigan. And that's where I bought my first banjo. And Gordy and I think Jamie and Pete and maybe Debbie, I don't remember who all was here. I remember hearing Hazel Dickens and the Red Clay Ramblers and thinking, this is the music I've been looking for. Well, since that time, I've become a cowgirl. But in part because of Gordy being here tonight, I'm going to play my banjo.
Watch this, folks. Chef KG puts that strap for the big guy over with. Amazing.
The Ranger here is a true cowboy. He's easily amused. Well, there's so many friends here, but in case anybody doesn't know us, I'm KG. It stands for cowgirl. It also stands for Karen Gogolik, if you know how to spell. This is my husband, the Ranger. His real name is Rick Wolchin, and it's easier to just call him Ranger Rick.
Hey! Ranger Rick. The luckiest cowboy in the world. I'm married to KG.
Yeah.
And we met each other because of the Wild Hog in the Woods Coffee House.
True.
We both showed up to play at one of the barn dances, and at that time I was playing big old stand-up bass, and so was Ranger Rick.
I liked her bass.
And I asked him to join us in a band called Stone Soup that I was playing in at the time, and we were backing up the Kickapoo Cloggers, some of who are here tonight. And so that started something because we both started bringing in these old-time cowboy songs to our music in Stone Soup, and pretty soon it became obvious that we belonged together. So, but we're going to start off tonight with a song that is, it's a cowboy song, but it's an Australian cowboy song. It's a down under in Australia where the cowblokes are. They use dogs to help them in the roundup, and the way sheep herders in other countries work with dogs. And so if you listen to this song in the chorus, you'll hear the cowboys giving the commands to the cattle dogs, telling them what they need to do in the roundup. And the dogs have great cowboy dog names. Their names are Rover and Roy. So it's roundup time in Australia. Up before dawn and ride till the morning. Straddle your saddle, whistle your dogs. Out on the grassland, the cattle are resting, surrounded by darkness or hidden by fog. Come behind Rover, way ahead Roy. It's roundup time on the station, old boy. With the
It takes perfect pitch to tune a banjo.
I don't even know what perfect pitch is.
Well, there must be some music teachers out there, or musicians that know what perfect pitch is. Anyway, my definition of perfect pitch is when you toss a banjo into a dumpster. and it lands on an accordion.
How many accordion players are here tonight? Well, I had the honor of playing the first weekend that the Wild Hog was open back at 605 University Avenue. And
November 31st.
I was going to say that. Original poster. Roxanne, I think, played on November 30th. And I was one of 4 or 5 musicians that played on November 31st.
I was there.
And we were about to hang posters all over town, and someone said, there is no November 31st. So my actual anniversary with the Hog is December 1st. But that was my first public performance. I had done an open mic or two, and other than that, I had never played in front of people before. And the Wild Hog, that's one of the things, this has been an incubator for so many musicians around town. And since that time, starting in the year 2000, my husband and I went full-time with our music. And tonight is show number 2,791 in our career as KG Arranger. So this place is very dear to my heart. I was one of the people early on who did what Jamie, and I'm sorry I don't know the name of the other person running sound tonight, but I used to do what Jamie is doing tonight. And one of the wonderful things about volunteering to run sound is you get to really focus on the music that's being played. And there was just nothing better than sitting right in front of those speakers and twiddling the knobs on the soundboard. And if you want to learn how to do that, there's occasional workshops to teach you how to do that, and you can come and volunteer and hear some of the best music that you'll hear in town here.
So if we sound bad, it's their fault. No, just kidding.
Well, I'll stop talking. We love the history behind some of these old cowboy songs, and this song goes way back to the 1800s, and there was a poor beat-up cowboy who got busted up in a wreck with cattle and horses and broke every bone in his body, was recuperating in a hospital in Duluth, Minnesota. And as he was recuperating, he would sing to help pass the time. And there was one song that he sang enough that the other cowboys in the hospital ward would keep asking him to sing that song because they all liked it so much. And sooner or later, his doctor must have learned that song, and from hearing it so many times. And later in life, this musical doctor met up with Carl Sandburg when Sandburg was putting together his collection called the American Song Bag. And he passed this song on to Carl Sandburg. So thanks to some poor busted up cowboy and a musical doctor and Carl Sandburg, we can sing it for you tonight. And if you know any of these songs, you're more than welcome to sing along. This is called The Colorado Trail.
is actually very amazing for over 100 years old. The banjo.
Don't point at me. You pointed right at me.
No, I know how old you are.
Well, that lovely little banjo was made sometime in the 1890s, and I think it's in good company tonight with a lot of interesting banjos. So, here's a song. You know, it's that season between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it just invites singing this particular song. It's a song about cowboys out west celebrating the season, being thankful for things, which we all are, I hope, at this time of year. And it borrows some imagery from the Native Americans in the Southwest, and it talks about three symbols of things that we should be thankful for in our lives. And those three things are corn, water, and wood. And you can sing along with us. It has a chorus that repeats. It goes, we seek the soul of all that is good. We come bearing corn, water, and wood. You'll hear it, you'll catch on when we get to it. I was in the arroyo gathering strays. You know, cowboys and cattle don't get holidays. I would have been finished except for one little stray who kept leading me further away. He went up on the mesa, across the ravine, past the Indian ruins and the muddy red stream. And I stopped for a spell, 'cause I was bone tired, and I guess that I started to dream. I saw 3 painted horses and 3 dark-skinned men, masks made of clay, voices like wind, singing, we seek the soul of all that is good. We come bearing corn, water, and wood. Stop and behold all that is good. Give thanks for the corn, water, and wood. Now I'm an old trail hound. I've always believed that your boots and your saddle are all that you need. No miracles happen, no angels appear, but I'd swear 3 men were standing there. Well, I shook myself over, had I been asleep. That's just 3 Pueblo children attending their sheep. And they yelled, Merry Christmas, as they brought me my stray. And their voices rang through the mesquite, singing, we seek the soul of all that is good. We come bearing corn, water, and wood. Stop and behold for us, in all the years of performing off and on at the Wild Hog, to try out new material on the Hog audiences, because it's always such a willing audience and kind to us. So we have a new song. We've sung it in front of people a couple of times now, but it's still pretty new. It's a song about something called jingle bobs. Anybody know what jingle bobs are?
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Not jingle bells, right? You're in the season here. Jingle bobs are those little steel, little pieces of steel that hang off of a spur on the cowboys' boots, and they make a jingling noise.
To keep the cows alert. No, to keep the...
There we go. Jingle bobs. They're the little bell-like things on the spurs, and the theory, anyway, I guess, is that it let the cattle know that people were around and kept them, you know, kind of calm, so that sudden noises didn't startle them into a stampede. So the jingle bob is kind of the iconic symbol of the cowboy out on the range, and this song is called Jingle Bobs.
I'm just a lonesome old cowpoke right in the prairie. Nearly always broke, ain't got a nickel in my hand. Got no cattle brand, but still you'll find me roping on the plains. I'll be a cowhead until my dying days. You'll never find me with highfalutin ways, and I will never settle down. I'll be riding round, and you will find me loping down the trail. Prairie breezes blowing, cattle everywhere, campfires all a-glowing, sagebrush fills the air. I tell you I'm gonna be a buckaroo, and I'll be riding till my days are through, 'cause it's a cowpoke life for me, and I'll always be with a cow and still go riding on the range.
Jingle bobs are jangling on the plains, ponies pulling on his bridle reins, and it's a cowpoke life for me, and I hope I'll always be where jingle bobs are jangling on the plains. Jingle bobs are jangling on the trail, find me where the lonesome coyotes wail, and I will ride and rope and brand, 'cause I'm just an old cowhand where jingle bobs are jangling on the trail. Jingle bobs are jangling on the plains, ponies pulling on his bridle rein, and it's a cowpoke life for me, and I hope I'll always be where jingle bobs are jangling on the plains. Jingle bobs are jangling on the trail, find me where the lonesome coyotes wail, and I will ride and rope and brand, 'cause I'm just out where jingle bobs are jangling on the trail. Your prairie breezes blowing on the prairie, cattle are a-milling everywhere. There's gleaming, fires glowing, and you'll find me where the scent of blooming sagebrush fills the air. Jingle bobs are jangling on the range. Oh, this cowboy life will never change, 'cause I will be a buckaroo till my riding days are through. Where jingle bobs are jangling on the range, where jingle bobs are jangling on the range.
Yeah, I'd like to remind you about Philip the Pig in the back tonight. The proceeds are going to help keep the doors open here and keep us moving and keep us bringing you fine music. We hope for another 40 years. Most of us won't be here, but we hope this will. And Lisa's holding it up in the back there so you can take a look. It's that little thing with blue lights on it. Philip the Pig. And we're gonna move this right along, kind of sort of. Please welcome Mr. Jamie Haskell.
Just kind of as shocked as anybody. It's been interesting, listening to kind of reminiscences about all this, and Jamie running the soundboard, or whoever's running the soundboard out there. Yeah, hi.
Zoe.
Zoe.
Yeah.
And it made me think about getting the original soundboard. A guy named Nathaniel came into town, and somehow, right at the time, we were looking for sound equipment and stuff, and he said, "Oh, I've got this sound system. It's real nice. It's sold to you for real cheap." Cool. Well, but it's in Iowa. Well, okay. So you're gonna get it? No, but could we all go get it? Like, well, don't see why not. So Peter Hauser and Nathaniel and I took the back seat out of our Volkswagen Rabbit and drove somewhere long ways into Iowa. We picked this thing up, riding back with 2 huge speakers, and soundboard, and mic stands, and everything. We didn't know any better. I mean, that was kind of how we did things at the beginning of all this. So, I'm just I'm absolutely blown away by all the people that I see here, and that this thing is still going on. Though this is a tune that it's a traditional shape note melody that somebody, and I can't remember who, put it to banjo. It's called Murillo's Lesson, Murillo's Lesson. Just a lovely thing. This is figure out the note. It's a song that I learned from the singing of Bruce Molsky and his group. But banjo Bill Cornett is kind of credited with it. It's called The Spring of '65. I woke up one morning in the spring of '65. I felt myself quite lucky to be found alive. I whistled up my team, my business to pursue, but instead of hauling for the booze, I only hauled two. 'Cause I got so drunk at Harper, I couldn't haul no more. The boys there, they was telling jokes, I laughed till I was sore. Grocery being open and the money spending free. As soon as a glass was emptied, another was filled for me. Well, I picked up my saddle and I went out to the barn. I saddled up my old gray mare, not meaning any harm. I jumped up on her back and I rode so very still that I scarcely drew a breath till I reached the Laurel Hill. There I met an old acquaintance, his name I'll not tell it all. We prittled and we prattled, we laughed and telling jokes, any case, we talked a whole bunch. This happens to me, one of the two. He told me that that very night there was going to be a ball. We parted and we agreed to be where the fiddle was to be. Now I'll tell you boys how our party did commence. When four of us jolly boys got on the floor to dance. The fiddler being willing and his arm being strong, he played the crippled kingfisher about 4 hours long. Now the morning sun is rising, I guess we've danced enough. We'll spend another hour paying cash for cuff. We'll go back to our plows, we'll whistle and we'll sing, and we never should be guilty of another such a thing. Now all you newsy people sharing news about, don't tell no tales upon us, we're bad enough without. Don't tell no tales upon us, or kick up any fuss, you've been guilty of the same thing, perhaps a whole lot worse. Never all the words you need, you know? This is a song that is one of the few things I've actually sung at the Hog in the past. I've played it for years and I still love it. It's a wonderful version of the Cuckoo that I learned mostly from the Holy Modal Rounders, which is a very bizarre band, but they did this one very straight. And I later learned it was John Ashby, I would say. Well, cuckoo, she's pretty bird, and she falls as she flies, but she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. Thank you so much for keeping this thing going. This is amazing. And the thing that this is about is community. This is a place that has formed this amazing community. And it's spawned a whole lot of us to go off in other places and help form the community in those places. I moved from here to Seattle because the music was wonderful there. We built such an amazing community of people, and I feel so blessed and so lucky to know all of you and to have this connection with you all. Thank you so much.
Well, sounds like my back. Thing is, there's a whole bunch of folks in here that know my work and that know me. So I got a whole bunch of requests. I'm gonna sing anyway. Shell Silver's Gene too. Second Street and Broadway, standing in the doorway, head held in his hands, looked for all the world like he was praying. Put wrapped in an old rag, bottle in a brown bag, I saw him try to stand. Then I heard the words that he was saying. He said, come on, carry me a little far. Come on, carry me one more mile. I don't know where it's leading to, but I know I can make it if I lean on you. So come on, carry me a little. I carry you, so carry me a little. Come on, carry me a little while. Willie struggled to his feet, staggered down the street to the window of a fine and dine. Stopped and laughed a while at his reflection. Then I heard him shouting something about a mountain he could surely climb if she was only there to point the right direction. He said, come on, carry me a little while. Come on, carry me one more mile. I don't know where it's leading to, but I know I can make it if I lean on you. So come on, carry me a little. will achieve a state of ecstasy bordering on nirvana when the holidays are over.
Yeah.
Here's part of why. 2 weeks past 4th of July, no one knows the reason why Christmas advertising starts again. As the holiday draws near, I'd like to make one thing clear, buddy, I'm just sick to death of Christmas. It's much worse than years before, the annual merchandising war, relentless, unyielding, and graphic. They're doing me to keep track, and I can't keep them off my back. All that cluttered advertising traffic. Magazines of fancy cheese and stuff to stop you when you sneeze, and old cartoons on DVD, not broadcast. Used cars sold by Santa Claus and remedies for menopause. I won't be loving it till it's over at last. They make no apologies for overpriced anthologies of loud, obnoxious children singing carols. When the end comes on, it's just about time to get my shotgun out and let the TV have it with all barrels. In the distance, far away, there looms the light of New Year's Day. But I always get there ragged, wild, and vicious. Before the going gets too tough, I'm dropping out, I've had enough. Buddy, I'm just sick to death of Christmas. Buddy, I'm just sick to death of Christmas. Woo! Thank you. Here's an oldie but a goodie. And a shorty. It was early last September. As near as I remember, I was strolling down the lane in Dixie pride. Not a syllable did I utter as I lay down in the gutter, and a pig came up and lay down by my side. Not a soul was I disturbing as I lay there by the curbing, when a high-toned gal came up and she did say, "You can tell a man who boozes by the company he chooses." And the pig got up and slowly walked away. I'd like to call the cast up here to do the finale with me. This is a Utah Phillips song. Always love it. And everybody, all the singers, KG the Ranger, the whole lot of you, anybody, because we love this song. And while I'm waiting for them, a woman is sitting in her kitchen. She's crouched in a corner in absolute terror, clutching her grandmother's cookbook to her chest. Why? Because there is a 9-foot, slathering, scaly demon eating her dishwasher. Suddenly, the demon stops, looks her square in the eye, and he says, "How? How was it that you summoned me?" She says, "I don't know, you were supposed to be mushroom soup."
Yeah.
Must have used the wrong kind of mushrooms. Is everybody ready? Come on up. I'm killing time while I'm waiting for you here. Fella's sitting in a restaurant. He calls the waiter over and says, "Waiter, I don't like all these flies in my soup." The waiter runs into the kitchen, grabs a ladle, comes back. He says, "Okay, tell me which ones you don't like. I'll scoop them out."
Yeah.
If you're waiting for the jokes to get better, you're going to wait a long time, folks. Anyway, this is a Utah Phillips song. And if we're going to leave you with a thought, we'd love to leave you with this. We thank you for being here. thank you so much for those of you who helped create this place for the 40 years that it's been here, for the volunteers who have helped make this happen tonight, and for the volunteers who have made this happen for 40 years. This is wonderful. There's a place for you to sing on this song, and your part goes like this. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. Try that with me. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. Oh, that's love. I believe if Lady Luck was blind, that old sun would never shine. And I believe if death really held a knife, we'd all be beggars of life. Here we go. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. Go, Ron. Anybody else? Anybody else want to comment? Well, I'll never see the ending of my mind. Everything will have a time. And why should I ask for things that I don't need? For pretty lies to hide my greed. Here we go. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. Sometimes I like to close my eyes to some things that I don't want to see. Still, I believe if you live your life again, you'd still be here with me. Here we go. I believe if I live my life again, I would still be here with you. I believe if I live
turning both lines.
Mm-hmm.